Welcome back here at the Club United for the continuation of match day 1 for the 2020 JML Luzon Cup. What we have right now is the Makati Chiefs wearing red, and on the other side it's the Albay Bulkans wearing blue. And we came up as we've already started the match. Again, alongside of me is Chris, who's done the commentary for the first game, and this is going to be an interesting one as both teams are feeling each other out. So we can see number 23 moving on the left side, kicks it up front to get some space. The ball goes out. It's going to be a lineout.
No, sorry. Hi, Jay. Sorry. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah. And just to correct you there, that's actually going to be a 22. It should be a 22 dropout. I think the ball went over the dead ball line, but actually you're correct. It did actually go into touch. So nice little kick there by Jobin Beldun, who is actually a transfer from the Eagles RFC. He came from the Eagles RFC and has moved to Albay. There have been two players, him and the number 15, Fritz Copino, were two Eagles players who moved earlier this season. So Balkans bulking up their squad.
Yeah. They have really intentions to get the title this year, huh?
Yeah, this Luzon Cup, like I said in the last game, is the first year of it where it's an all Filipino heritage league. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting development from the PRFU, the Philippine Rugby Football Union. And the league is really open. It's open for the taking. All the teams are really evenly balanced, I think, here. And between these two teams, it's tough to tell, but my money's with the Balkans.
Interesting to see. So I think we're going to have our first crouch of the game.
Scrum down here, yeah,
Scrum down
to
here.
The Albay Bulkans, 5 meters out. Jobin Belda with the put in for the Balkans. Referee just controlling the pace of the game. And they'll look to score here, surely. Out there for the Balkans. Strong run in the centers. Nice feet
Great
there.
feet.
And over he goes. First blood to the Balkans. Try to the outside center, Manuel Salvador. Great try there.
Not a great move out there, evading the defenders, using his quick feet, and just gets in the try.
And quick conversion by Fritz Copino, the Eagles convert, playing for his new club, his debut for his new club. And there we go, 7-0 to the Albay Bulkans. First blood to them. And Jay, obviously there's a bit of a difference between the pace in this game to the last game. What do you make of the Makati Chiefs in red on the left-hand side of our screen?
Oh, well, they already conceded 7 points right now, so definitely they would like to get that point back real quick so that they can get their pacing as well. And most likely they will just go right at it and see what they can make out of the next possession that they're going to have.
Yep, and they'll look to restart here with the kickoff. The conceding team kicks off in rugby, so they'll make sure that this goes 10. The number 9, Fala, will kick off. And nice deep kick into the Balkans half. The Balkans let it bounce, but gathered well there by the forwards. Good strong carry by the Balkans back row. Ball comes out to the right-hand side. Balkans against carrying strong. But penalty to the Makati Chiefs for not releasing the ball. The tackle player, they go quickly, but the ball is loose. Brought out now to the Makati Chiefs back line. And managing to maintain possession well, the Chiefs. Just outside the Balkans 22, ball comes out to the right-hand side. Good feet by the number 7, Osala. And looking to bring the ball out to the right-hand side. Fly off is screaming for the ball on the right here. But ball goes out to the left. Chiefs. Strong carry there. A nice tackle by the Balkans, but not releasing in the tackle. Referee brings them back to the mark.
So I think this is what we were talking about earlier, Chris. After they conceded the first points of the match, Makati Chiefs are going right at it to get their own try.
Yeah, making inroads with the forwards, a tap and go, keeping it tight. The big men carrying forward, carrying strong. Chiefs obviously are well drilled in comparison to last season now with the new coach through David Johnston. Ball coming out to the left-hand side. Oh, loose there, tap forward, and referee will call the knock on. Scrum down now inside the Bulkans 22 to the Bulkans. And they'll look to clear from their red zone here. So often the tactic in rugby here is to try and clear your lines, and by that I mean kicking the ball downfield. After all, rugby is a territorial game, so normally the team with the most territory tends to do better. That being said, there have been occasions where territory can be null and void. So here we go. Bulkans, there you go with the kick coming across the field. Nice kick. There's no one there to gather for the Chiefs. Good chase by the outside backs, and ball kept in touch, but unfortunately couldn't keep it just enough. Stepped out, so it'll be a line out to the Chiefs here just in the Bulkans half. And Makati Chiefs forwards just organizing themselves. Calls coming from the front there in the form of Ian Palsanas. And it'll be De La Cruz to throw in. Short throw there, nice little tactic. Ball was straight apparently and went 5 meters, so referee says play on. Ball coming out to the backs behind the forwards. Nice feet there by the number 10, Lapule. And ball goes out to the winger. Good feet there.
Great movement.
And ball gets loose out to the wing. Quick throw by the Bulkans. And referee brings them back. It'll be a scrum down, it looks like. Oh, sorry, line out. Line out to the Bulkans in their own half. The hooker, Paul Louis Bonganai, will throw in. And good take by the Bulkans, they bring it out now. Jobin Belder steps and carries himself. Needs support. Comes in the form of the forwards, rucking well. Paul coming out to the right-hand side now and shifted up, but good tackle by the prop Pausanas. And referee says play on. Penalty to the Chiefs for not releasing. Double blast of the whistle here. Time off as the planes go over. And it'll be a penalty to the Bulkans, it looks like. And the referee's bringing the players across just for a talk. Talking to the captain of the Bulkans, Rick Belden, who's been a long-standing member of the Bulkans. Captain and also coach of the Albay team, who they traveled over 8 hours to be here overnight.
Yeah, it seems like they've traveled almost a day just to play in the 2020 JML Luzon Cup. It shows the passion that they do have for the sport.
Yeah, a lot of commitment from some teams who travel all the way across. Rugby in the Philippines is actually much more popular than you might think as we play continues here. And it's a knock-on by the Bulkans, so it'll be a scrum down to the Chiefs. As I was saying, there are teams in Cagayan de Oro, teams in Palawan, teams in Mindanao, in Davao, Davao Durians and the Davao Generals, as well as now more recently in Baler with the Aurora Club up there. So all over the Philippines.
And that's
sorry, carry on.
Yeah, that's really great to hear that we're having a great movement for rugby here in the Philippines, especially with the success that the Philippine Volcanoes had in the past years.
Yeah, the Philippine Volcanoes coming off the back of a gold medal win at the SEA Games, which we all witnessed. It was a brilliant performance, beating Malaysia in an outstanding performance. As play continues here, pick and go at the back by the Chiefs. Offload is intercepted by the Bulkans, who managed to keep it alive through Belden. Offloads himself. Ball coming out to the back, so ball is loose, but ball goes backwards. Passed out now to the dangerous center in the form of Mike Lanera. And good counter-rucking by the Chiefs, but Bulkans maintain the ball. Rucking well there. Ball's out loose and grabbed on by the Chiefs. Pouncing on that ball. It was loose at the back. And now the Chiefs pick and go from the back, going to the right-hand side. Good defense by the Bulkans, but even better attack by the Chiefs. And they're broken through. Referee will just check the grounding, but he's happy with it. Try time to the Chiefs.
It's really getting interesting now. Makati Chiefs getting their try, and if they get this conversion, they tie the game up.
Yeah, 7 points to 5 at the moment. That was a great forward insertion into the Bulkans 22. Nothing much that the Bulkans could do around the edges of the ruck there. Just quick pick and goes that were just impossible to keep up with, and conversion successful, so 7 points apiece.
So we're back even here at the Club United between Makati Chiefs and Albay Bulkans. So it's 7-7. Just past almost about 15 minutes into this match.
Yeah, both these teams quite evenly matched. Bulkans drew first blood with a great try, and Chiefs have bit back at that lead. Chiefs, as I said before, under new management, new coaching, and in the form of David Johnston, the former coach of the Eagles RFC. He has experience on the international level as well with Canada, having coached their junior side as well as been part of the coaching team at the 2003 Rugby World Cup. And that experience showing here as the Chiefs looking like a well-drilled outfit as the Bulkans restart us here in Parañaque. Ball out to the left-hand side. Nice carry and offload by the Chiefs, but intercepted by the Bulkans. Turnover here. Great tackle there. But referee says play on. Might have looked dangerous, but he said play on. And Bulkans have the ball just within their own half. Good disruption of the ruck by the Chiefs. And good carry there by the Bulkans. Coming out to the left-hand side. Here we go. Nice run there through the line. Good support by the Bulkans. Numbers here if he wants it, but he steps inside. The number 4, Lorenzo Manata. And he's over for the try. The big second rower out in the loose.
Another great movement there from Albay Bulkans. Gets their second try here. So it's already 12-7. And
the Chiefs just unable to maintain that pressure down the left-hand side. The Bulkans just flooding it down. And conversion unsuccessful, so score stays at 12-7 to the Bulkans.
Just a tad below the crossbar there. That could have been a conversion, but score stays at 12-7 in favor of the Albay Bulkans.
Yeah, again, like I said before in the first match, it's not normal to see a conversion with a drop kick, but most of these players who play a lot of sevens during the season, they prefer to do a drop goal. Obviously, you have enough time in 15s to do a conversion. You actually have up to a minute to take that conversion. So a lot of these teams just opting and rushing, and that rushing has been a bit of a problem. So the Bulkans there missing out on 2 points just due to a lack of experience. But Chiefs to restart here. Low flat kick on the restart. Goes to 10 meters. Bulkans will carry it back into the Chiefs. Bulkans pick and go here. Ball brought out to Bellin, I beg your pardon, who carries on. And he's brought into touch on the far side. Touch judge flag is up. And Bulkans looking strong here. Good defense by the Chiefs though, managing to carry their players into touch.
So they're getting a little bit of water break here, I think. So we're back to live action here at the Club United. Things are looking really well for Albay Bulkans as they lead 12-7.
Yep, line out here just on the Chiefs 10 and try to do a short throw again, but unfortunately referee brings them back. I don't think the ball went 5 meters. A referee just consulting with the opposition captain, Rick Bellin. It'll be a scrum down to the Bulkans in their own half at about 10 meters up from the halfway line. And this is the second game of the JML 2020 Luzon Cup. As we mentioned before, rugby is spread all over the Philippines, but the title of this cup is the Luzon Cup, specifically because most of these teams are based in Luzon. In fact, all of them are. And the ones that we're seeing today, we've seen so far the Mavericks being really dominant over the Eagles in their first game earlier today. And this second game between the Makati Chiefs and the Bulkans will be interesting. There are 2 remaining teams. Sorry, I beg your pardon. There's another team that is not playing today, which is the Manila Nomads Calabaos, who is the first team for that club.
Mm-hmm.
They are the oldest club in the Philippines, oldest rugby club in the Philippines.
I think they were the ones who put in the club rugby football here in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were they began rugby here in the Philippines. The rugby in the Philippines has actually been played since before the First World War. In fact, for over 100 years, believe it or not. Initially by the expat community, but also by the Philippines as well. And of course, the success of the national team has been shown here as the Bulkans are breaking through the Chiefs line. Gray offload there to Copino, the fullback, offloads as well, showing his experience. Bulkans breaking into the Chiefs half. Chiefs got to scramble back to defend well. Good counter ruck, but Chiefs maintain the ball. Ball's tapped back by Belden. And now the number 14, Tim Nate, runs through. Ball being called out to the left-hand side here. And Bulkans maintain the pressure of the Chiefs. And unfortunately, referee calls him in from the side. Strong run by Copino, but good tackling there by the Chiefs, not 10 meters. So when a penalty is taken, the opposition has to be 10 meters back. If they aren't, the referee will call them for a penalty again and take them back another 10 meters. So another interesting thing here is that the Bulkans try to do a quick tap again. You can only quick tap once. If you do it twice, the referee will call you back. Good strong tackling by the Chiefs, but well ridden there by the Bulkans. And again, Chiefs going low in the tackle. Nice defense there. Ball comes out to the right hand side, chipped through by Rick Bellin, and Chiefs managed to gather at the back there. There's a lot of confusion and panic in the Chiefs defense, but they've maintained the ball, and now they have to clear from their own try line. Desperate stuff here.
This is dangerous now for Makati Chiefs. Let's see if they can get out of this.
They'll look to kick here. Long pass out to the winger, who will at least try to make some yards to get a little bit forward, and referee calls for, I think, what might be a high tackle. No, it's for a knock on. So Chiefs knocked on, and it'll be Bulkans ball. Scrum on the 5 meter line, 10 meters in from touch, about on the far side of the field. Dangerous stuff here for the Chiefs.
It's kind of interesting to see for Albay Bulkans here. The size is not really on their side, but with the blistering runs that they're making whenever they get the breaks, that's where they actually can get the tries that they want.
Yeah, the real strength comes in their determination. Rugby is a game for all sizes, as we can see today. You've got some bigger guys on the field, but the bigger they are, the harder they fall. As you'll see here, sometimes size does not matter in rugby. As we've got some real passion from the smaller guys in the field. Here we go, the Chiefs going hard, but a high tackle there, I think it was by the Bulkans player, so advantage to the Chiefs here in their own 22. Referee calls for the high tackle, and ball will be brought back for that. Any tackle above the shoulders, even if it's just an arm, will be deemed a high tackle as per the World Rugby laws. They've really cracked down on those this year, so any high tackle from the shoulders above will be deemed illegal. And the kick unfortunately does not go to touch. A bit of a strange kick there from the Chiefs, but good following up by the number 9, and great tackle. He's managed to turn him over, and Chiefs have the ball. Bit slow coming out the back, but knock on there, playing advantage, but no advantage from the first earlier knock on, and the Bulkans will have the ball. A bit of a protest by the Chiefs players there, but it'll be scrum down, scrum down Chiefs ball, just within their own half. And Bulkans lining up here in defense. The Chiefs backline looks a bit flat, so they might be looking to run a short strike move here. Let's have a look. The 10 brings it to the line, looking for the switch. A bit slow on the switch, but good tackling by the Bulkans. Manages to stay on his feet, the Chiefs player, and calling it on the left-hand side of the forwards. Ball comes out to the left-hand side, and passes unfortunately just can't go to hand, but the Bulkans player did not roll away at the tackle, so it'll be a penalty in the center of the pitch to the Chiefs, who are improving as they go throughout this game. And they will look to kick to touch from here. Unfortunately, the first kick didn't quite go to plan, but change of tactic. I think they might be tapping and going here. Here we go. Big, strong carry by Pausanas, who punches his way through the Balkan line, dragging players with him as he goes, and places the ball well. Good, quick delivery by the Chiefs players out to the left-hand side. Looking dangerous here. And Chiefs have dominated territory so far in this game. Bulkans have been determined in their defense. Ball coming out to the right hand side here. Good dummy by the Chiefs center, who manages to stay on his feet, keeping the ball in hand and placing back for his own players, but good counter-ruck by the Bulkans. Referee says play on. and referee calls him back for not releasing. Tackler must release as soon as he makes that tackle. And quick tap and go by the Chiefs as they try to score here. Good desperate defense by the Bulkans. Referee brings them back as they weren't 10, they were offside. Referee slows them down and says, take it from the mark. Of course, when the penalty is blown, the ball must be tapped from the mark. And here we go, Chiefs out to the left-hand side through Pasanos, who goes over underneath the posts for the Chiefs' second try. And Makati Chiefs powering through the Balkans defense like a hot knife through butter.
So they
Chiefs managing to convert their try there. Have 14 points to 12, a tight game here. The Chiefs in control just by 2 points, edging ahead. Not much long before the half.
So we have about 6 or 7 minutes remaining in the first half, and all of a sudden Makati Chiefs just turned the tables around and got their 2-point lead.
Yeah, great strong run there through Pasanos, the loose head prop. He has been dominant so far in the contact area. And as we mentioned before, Balkans are a bit on the smaller side compared to the Chiefs, but really have got a lot of heart and determination when it comes to their defense especially. And they are taking on the mantra of their coach and captain, Rick Bellin, who is a hard tackler himself. You will see him make some good hits, I'm sure, during this game. And Balkans will restart us here as clouds gather in the background here at Club United in Parañaque.
It's getting a bit darker, and it seems like an impending rain is upon us, but let's hope for the weather maintains itself. Yeah, so.
And kickers let loose there by the Chiefs. They will regather and try to build from here. The winger moving back, nice feet from him, making a strike run at the Balkans defense. 4 or 5 Balkans in there, managing to pull him down. And referee says penalty to the Chiefs for not rolling away. So it'll be a penalty on the Chiefs' 10-meter line. About 5 meters in from touch. So Chiefs will look to kick for territory here and gain a line out within the Balkans half. Kick is a little bit better this time around, and line out just on halfway to the Chiefs. And the Makati Chiefs, as we of course know, are the Manila Tens champions. Tens being another form of rugby where it's played 10 aside, 5 forwards, 5 backs. The version that we are seeing at the moment, though, is 15 aside. We have 8 forwards and 7 backs, and 8 substitutions. So 23 players in total in both squads. And it's rolling substitutions today as well. So you will notice that players will come on and off quite a lot. And as the ball goes down there, knock on by the Chiefs. So it'll be a scrum down to the to the Balkans. Balkans, as we mentioned before, travelled all the way down from Albay, and they want to make the most of that trip. They don't like to travel far without getting a win, so they'll be looking to capitalize on that.
That will be one of the driving force that Albay Bulkans will be looking into getting this win as well in their first match.
Yep, it'll be a long and sad trip home if they lose. So they're still in it though, 12-14 to the Chiefs as the ball goes loose out the side of the scrum, so they'll reset. Referee will reset the scrum. Strong scrum there from the Chiefs. As we mentioned before, their pack is a little bit heavier than the forward pack of the Balkans. As the number 23, Jobin Belda, the Eagles convert will put in at the scrum. And he will be passing out to his former Eagles teammate, the number 10, Fritz Copino, who started at 15. Actually, ball comes out by the number 8. And Belder can't make the pass go to hand, but he's making a break and he's shipped over the top of the fullback, looking to regather. Good defense by the Chiefs. They managed to regather the ball, but good attack by the Bulkans. And here, Chiefs will pick and go. Nice offload out the back there with the Sonny Bill Williams-esque offload, and a great handoff by the Chiefs. Chiefs looking like they're well in control of this. They need a bit of more support, though, as the Bulkans pile in. And they've done well there, the Chiefs, to get out of the try line. They'll look to clear their line there as the Bulkans player comes crashing in from the side. He was offside. Referee's playing advantage for offside. Good counter-rucking, but he came in from the side there. You have to enter perpendicular to the ruck through what's known as the gate. And the referee says play on. Still playing advantage to the Chiefs. Ball goes out to the centres, and no advantage there. And the Bulkans will be lucky there as the referee calls time off. Actually, he will be bringing the player over to have a word with him. And don't be surprised if you see a yellow card here. So the infringement of play was a side entry and quite an aggressive ruck there, almost a tackle, but lucky to get away without the card. And Chiefs kick is coming over towards us here at the commentating tent. And they managed to make some good yards, just scraping over there. So it'll be a line out to the Chiefs just before halfway. Only a few minutes remaining in this half. Chiefs in control by 2 points. And that's not much in the way of rugby. It's a very narrow lead. So line out here, they're organizing their players. Looking for the short throw again. But the Bulkans have seen that one before. They're ready for them. As the throw goes in, looks a bit skew. Yeah, referee calls not straight at the line out. So it'll be a scrum down to the Bulkans in the Chiefs half. This is probably the last play of the half.
Referee looking at his watch. Try to see a couple more minutes, I think.
So, big scrum here for the Bulkans. They've been disrupting the Chiefs and lucky to have scored, and also lucky to have got away with the counter-rucking. But big scrum for them here. Nice shove by the Chiefs, though. Picked up at the back by the number 8. Offloads to Belda. Ball goes out to Capino. Oh, but manages to tap it back. Referee says play on. No, it's a knock on. Ball did go forward. And that'll be half time. Chiefs in command here, 14-12. What do you make of the half, Jay?
It's really interesting. Makati Chiefs conceded the first 7 points of the match, but they quickly made their way back, and now they are leading by 2 points. It's going to be an interesting second half that we do have. We hope that you stay with us. We'll be back in a few moments. Welcome back to the Club United for the continuation of the match between Makati Chiefs and Albay Bulkans. JML De La Cruz here alongside with me, Chris, who's been doing a great introduction to us to the sport, and I'm really happy that I'm sitting right beside him, learning a lot about rugby and stuff out here. It's really interesting. Like what we said earlier, Makati Chiefs down 7 points as early as the 5 minutes of the first half. They crawled their way back. Now they're leading 14 to 12 against Albay. What do you think does Albay need to do for them to be able to win this game?
Yeah, good question, Jay, and thanks for the intro. Albay really have to, well, they've been in control of a lot of things in this game, in particular the territory of the game. They've just been unlucky to score. Chiefs' defense has been holding out. I think a few more incisions into the half, we'll see what happens. It's really tight, 14 to 12, could go either way. The Chiefs, obviously, as we mentioned before in the first half, really well drilled through the new coach of David Johnson. Their defense has been a lot, really well organized. And here we go with the kickoff again. The restart goes 10 meters and not claimed by anyone. The Balkans managed to keep it into the field of play, and good, strong carry there, but offloads to the loose again, and Balkans regather just outside the 10-meter line. Ball comes out to the left-hand side. Good, strong carry by the Balkans forwards. Great defense, though, by the Chiefs as well. Ball's loose at the back, and they regather and go again. Bumps off one, carrying strong the Balkans. And Balkans building now to the left-hand side through their forwards. Balkans pack is the lighter of the two, but probably the more determined. The Chiefs, though, are holding strong here. And Jobin Belden brings the ball out to the right-hand side, now controlling his forwards well. Here we go again, the forwards keeping it tight. Balkans have obviously had a few words from their coach at half-time and decided to keep it tight against the Chiefs forwards. A nice offload there by the Chiefs. Here we go, the captain Rick Bellin carrying strong himself, keeping up with the pressure of the Chiefs just outside the halfway line. And out to the left-hand side go the Balkans. Ball unfortunately does not go to hand, and so there will be no advantage for that forward pass offside with the Chiefs. And there's a player down in back play. Time off, said the referee. And as we mentioned before, the Chiefs, the bigger of the two teams, but the Balkans showing some real heart and determination here.
Yeah, and they really want to win this game, considering that, like we've talked about this many times already through the broadcast, that Albay Bulkans have traveled almost 8 to 12 hours just to get here to Parañaque to play their opening game in the 2020 JML Luzon Cup, and it's really going to be important for them to kick things off at a high note in this season.
Yeah, one of the interesting things about the JML 2020 Luzon Cup is that it will be at different venues throughout the year. The other venues being in Silangan at Southern Plains and the Vermosa Sports Hub in Cavite. Those are the two confirmed venues. Also at the Alabang Country Club. So lots of venues around Luzon. And this is technically the only one that's within the Metro Manila area. But as we go again, as Copino puts on the feet and carries into the Makati Chiefs half. Balkans looking dangerous here. Belden unfortunately loses the ball forward, but penalty to the Balkans for a high tackle. Chiefs just not keeping the tackle below the shoulders, and looking to tap and go will be Lanera, as the big strong man from the Balkans carries hard, brought down just inside the Balkans 22. Bellin again, the captain, carrying strong. Offloads inside, great offload from him. Balkans building well here. Chiefs looking desperate in defense. They got to watch the edge of the rucks there, as the Balkans like to exploit it, but ball comes loose and Chiefs regather a chance to counter-attack here from deep within their own half. The Chiefs in control of the ball now. Forwards lining up to the right-hand side for the Chiefs. And ball will be passed out here to the right as they look to gain a few more meters before clearing their lines. Chiefs again bumping through. The tackle of Lanera, though, stays strong, and the Chiefs manage to offload. just outside their own 22 now. Ball comes out to the fly half, out to the centres now, with the Chiefs looking to counter-attack from deep. Ball comes out to the winger.
Great
2
space.
on 2. Unfortunately, Balder can't make the tackle. Chiefs still looking strong. Great strong run there by the number 9, Fowler, and offloading to the winger as the Chiefs carry on, playing advantage as the referee, probably for a high tackle there. Chiefs maintain the ball, and ball goes out into touch as the assistant referee's flag goes up on the far side. Referee brings them back for the penalty though. Penalty for offside. Great end-to-end play here as the Chiefs go quick with a tap, looking to score, and unfortunately knocks the ball on in the process of scoring, so no try to the Chiefs. Dramatic stuff here at Club United. And Chiefs just unable to capitalize on that great counter-attack. They went 90 meters and just failed at the final hurdle. I guess that would be the equivalent of an air ball in basketball. Just getting all that work and then just missing the final target, knocking the ball on.
Seems like everything was working for them, but not the try. So here's a scrum for Albay Bulkans.
Yep. Scrum to the Balkans, who are going to try clear their lines from here. Belder running hard himself, looking to make some extra yards to make that kick a little bit easier, which I'm sure they might attempt from here. A few players down in back play from the Balkans. Ball comes out, it's loose, and Lanera with that big boot. That's quite a good kick there. No one back for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have to turn and burn. It's Murillo who looks to get the ball back. A bit of confusion there, and the Chiefs lose the ball forward, playing advantage as the referee. Good following up from the Balkans, and just a miscommunication between the back 3 players and those outside backs who are known as the wings and fullback. Just a miscommunication between them. Murillo, Thomas, and Tome just unable to gather at the back there. That last line of defense just failing for the Chiefs, and the Balkans followed up with some good strong tackles and disrupting at the breakdown. So scrum down outside the halfway line to the Balkans. A let off for them as the Chiefs knocked on whilst scoring. Planes going over here at Club United in Paranaque. It's a little bit greasy out there with the rain. And here we go, Lanera again. Good tackle on him. A little bit high, but the referee says play on. Yeah, high tackle there. Brought back to the halfway. Lanera just tells him to watch out. He's got his number. And Belder taps and goes himself. Good run by him. He's got to look for support. Support in the form of the number 9. And Balkans will build from there. Good run by the number 10. Making an incision into the Chiefs 22, but they've lost the ball forward. Chiefs have the ball now. And they're rocking well, clearing the Balkans' bodies off the ball there. Ball comes out to the right-hand side with a big prop, but good. He's met well by the captain, Rick Bellin. Beg your pardon, that wasn't Bellin, but the forwards tackling well. As the rain starts to come down here at Club United, Chiefs trying to get out of their own 22. And good run there from the forwards. The ball goes loose there. Balkans have got it, and that's going to be a try to the Balkans. Try underneath the posts. Second try for the number 4, Manata, as he made a break in the first half to score. And
just like that, Albay Bulkans just regained the lead. It's 17-14 now, and with this conversion, conversion was unsuccessful, but nevertheless, Albay Bulkans getting a 3-point lead here after that try that was well orchestrated, and they regained the lead.
There we go, the try scorer, number 4 on your screen, Lorenzo Manata with his second try. He's been a vital part of this Balkan setup, and he's got both fast feet and strength which he's shown have come in handy here, as the wind is picking up a little bit here at Club United, and we've got a bit of a sea spray coming onto us, which will make things interesting for ball carrying in the second half.
How do you think the rain will actually affect the grip of the ball or the movement of the players?
Yeah, so the interesting combination, obviously, with rugby here in the Philippines is the humidity. So along with with the environment being wet, the players themselves are going to be sweating more. It means that ball is going to be like a bar of soap out there, for sure. Again, with the rugby ball, as you'll notice, the shape is oval, which means that the bounce of the ball can go anywhere, and the unpredictability of that brings another element to the game. Kick goes straight down the throat of Fritz Copino, who looks for the dummy, runs it up himself. Brave run from him against the forwards. Ball comes out to the right hand side here for the Bulkans, and good maintaining of the ball, pick and go out the back of the ruck by the Bulkans forwards. Bulkans looking to make a penetration into the Chiefs half, as they do. And Bulkans now well in control, forwards doing the hard work, out to the backs. Ball comes out to the center, Lanera, who has been a hard-hitting runner himself all day. And referee calls no advantage for the offside. Chiefs are offside at the breakdown. And Belda will look to tap and go here. And referee says time off for the substitution. So Belda will tap and pop it up to his forwards, who will crash it up against the forwards of the Chiefs. And unfortunately, the Bulkans player got a little bit intimidated there by the Chiefs' defense and tried to offload, but the ball didn't go to hand. Chiefs now have the ball and the advantage for the knock-on. Chiefs will try to get out of their own half here. Referee says no advantage, coming back for the scrum. So it'll be a scrum down to the Chiefs inside their own half as the rain is coming down here. As I mentioned before, not ideal weather for ball carrying, but actually ideal weather for rugby, not ideal rugby for weather. Ideal weather for rugby. Obviously, with it being a contact sport, it's quite a cardiovascular effort that is required in order to play this game. So as you'll notice, these forwards will push against each other and try to win the ball. So normally in the Northern Hemisphere, at least in European countries, rugby is a winter sport. Obviously with the Philippines here being a two-season country, we have our rainy season and our dry season. The rugby tends to be played at the start of the dry season and carries on into the rainy season. So, but we'll see here, there's a bit of early rain for us in the Philippines. Nice carry there by the Chiefs. They're making inroads into the Bulkans half, but just knocking on in the tackle.
So you can really see that the rain is really pouring down now here at the Club United. It's really heavy, but things are still getting interesting. We have roughly about 20 to 25 more minutes into this game. Anything could happen. 3-point lead for Albay Bulkans. So we're going to see here a scrum to
the Bulkans.
Scrum to the Bulkans.
And the score is 17-14 to the Bulkans. The slimmest of leads, 3 points. As we mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, that you can score 3 points by a conversion. Great hands there by the Bulkans, managing to maintain the possession through Lanera, the strong runner who takes 3 or 4 Chiefs players with him. And good rucking there by the Albay backs. Offside there by the Chiefs player, so the referee will play advantage. Copino picks and goes, taking full advantage of the call. And just over halfway, the Bulkans now building through their forwards. making inroads into the Chiefs half, taking 2 or 3 forwards with him as he goes. Belda at the back now will pass out to his left-hand side. The big number 1, Brillante Kadria, carries well. And there's a Chiefs player down here in the foreground, but the referee says play on. Ball comes out to Lanero, who can't manage to handle that. So knock on there. And referee will call a scrum to the Chiefs. As we show the weather coming into play here.
The ball is really getting slippery now. Just like what you've mentioned, it's like holding soap.
Yeah, absolutely. In these conditions, and also to do with the shape of the ball as well, that oval shape of the ball makes it quite difficult to catch sometimes. And you'll notice as well with the bigger passes as well. So if there's a missed pass or a loop pass, that adds an extra element of difficulty in catching the ball. Also, you'll notice here players like to spin the ball, which gives it a little bit more trajectory and distance when you're passing. As we'll see here, as the backs come out, there you go, spin pass out to the fly half, dummy switch out to the center, manages to grab that just behind him, loose pass, but does well, hands off the opposition center. Good strong run here by the number 9 Fala, who's making all the way. Good offload, good handoff there, but the grounding will be questioned by the referee. So great strong run there, good 50 or 60 meters down the field, and referee will consult his touch judge here. Time back on, no try, and knock on called again. That's the second knock on that we've seen over the try line. Chiefs just failing to convert at the final hurdle. Unfortunate for them as the rain pours down again here in Club United. The Chiefs looking dangerous here. What did you say, Jay?
It's really going to be interesting. It's just really close to the try line, and like what you mentioned, a great run coming from the Chiefs player, and they're going to be hoping to get this ball across that try line and regain the lead.
So scrum down now to the Chiefs. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Scrum down to the Bulkans. 5 meters out from their own try line. This will be a lot of pressure here coming from the Chiefs scrum as they'll try to disrupt the ball and turn it over. The Chiefs scrum is dominant in terms of weight, not necessarily in terms of strength and technique, but they definitely have the weight advantage at the scrum down. Seconds in here for the Chiefs as the ball will be put in by Jobin Belda. Referee just bringing them up again. Not happy with the way things are at the touch. So the call will come from the referee. Touch, set and engage. On engage, the scrums will push and the ball is in for Belda. Kicks himself. Box kick is into open space, but there's no one back there for the Chiefs to defend. Unfortunately, the ball is loose, but referee says play on as the Chiefs manage to hold on to it. Bit of a high tackle from the Bulkans, but referee says play on. Ball is loose. As we said, the rain taking its full force here as the number 10 Lapule knocks on. Sorry, Lapule. And as we said before, the conditions are greasy out there. Chiefs just not able to hang on to the ball in that contact. And it'll be scrum down again. We've seen a lot of scrums in this game, which can be draining on the front row. Normally the biggest men of the field. A bit like the offensive or defensive line in American football. These guys their roles are not only to push in the scrums, but they also have to lift at the lineouts, often seen as ball carriers and also tacklers. So all-round skill set for the front row. And here he is again. Oh, high tackle
That's
there
high.
from the Chiefs. But referee says playing on, he's playing advantage. That was the number 4, Manata, the try scorer, the double try scorer who got tackled. And referee says play on, quick tap by Belder, as the Bulkans now with a great strong run by the number 19, making inroads into the Chiefs and offloads to his support line player. Offside, says the referee. Looking for the quick tap is Fritz Copino, and Belen just tells him to calm down. The referee just taking control of things here. Chiefs will be back 10, and let's see what the Balkans decide to do on this penalty. Another option for the penalty is they can choose to scrum as well, and they can also kick the ball into touch for a line out. But most tactics favored here are taps and goes, just due to the speed and pace of both of these teams. And we've got a player down in backfield play. Looks like the number 4, Manata, the try scorer. And I beg your pardon, it's not number 4. It's unsure of the number, but he looks to be all right. And he'll be carried off the pitch there. The number 14, Tim Nate. So he'll be helped off the pitch by the physio, by the medic, I beg your pardon. As you'll notice here, this is a really well-run event by the PRFU. We have medical support on the side of the pitch, and obviously support in the form of officials and support staff as well. Turned out to be quite a different day for quite a muddled day for weather, as the teams are now due for a water break. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the rest of the action of the second half.
So we're back here in action. Albay Bulkans will be playing this one out.
Yeah, Albay Bulkans have a penalty just outside the 22 of the Makati Chiefs. The score is 17-14 to the Albay Bulkans, the 3-point lead. The Chiefs, obviously, they conceded first, but managed to get 2 back. The Bulkans have got 3 tries themselves, looking for that 4th try for the bonus point, and hopefully the win as well. So the Chiefs defending well here, good tackle, but good carry by the Bulkans. And again with the forwards, keeping it tight. The number 10, a strong carrier himself. And options out to the right-hand side here. The try scorer, number 4, Manata, on the ball.
He's on the
Carries
ball again.
well. And Jobin Belder brings it out to the left-hand side. A bit of a higher tackle there. Referee says play on, as the Balkans keep it tight. Just controlling the pace of this game really well, as the wet weather really comes into account here. They know they've got to keep it tight. They know any long loopy passes might not go to hand, as ball comes out the back now. Good strong tackling by the Chiefs, but unable to stop Fritz Copino. Belden chips forward, but it's gathered by the number 4 of the Makati Chiefs, Simalai, who makes a break. Ball goes out. Referee says play on, as the Chiefs make a break down the right-hand side. Unfortunately, can't keep hold of the ball and have knocked it on in contact. The number 1 of the Chiefs, Ian Pausanas, I beg your pardon, that's not Pausanas, that is Chicano. As we have a player down for the Albay Bulkans, Jobin Belda. Probably just a bit of cramp. as these conditions have changed again. We've now got the sun coming out again.
All of a sudden, the sun comes out. So
we have a saying in South Africa is known as what's known as a monkey's wedding, when it's raining and sunny at the same time. So a bit of monkey's weather here as well.
Yeah.
But a great game on our hands here. Really tight encounter between the Albay Bulkans in blue and the Makati Chiefs in red. 3 points in it. Bulkans lead 17-14 as we scrum down within the Chiefs half. Scrum down to the Bulkans. Bulkans looking for their first win of the JML 2020 Luzon Cup. As they set up to the left-hand side, Fritz Copino, the fly half, just giving out instructions, and Belda taps the ball on the back of the loose head, pop ball in for the Bulkans. Good strong push by the Chiefs, out now to Copino, who loops around, looking for his number 12, Lanera. Lanera ships it out, but unfortunately ball gets dropped there, and Chiefs have the chance to counter-attack here with the advantage for the scrum. Instruction coming in from coach David Johnson to get in there, and Chiefs have the ball. And this will be a scrum down 10 meters out from the halfway. Chiefs have got to look for some inspiration here. They've looked a bit blunt in their attack so far, as they've been defending a lot in this half. The Bulkans have really been in control of the ball, and really playing to the advantage of the weather conditions here, keeping it tight, as they know that like more than a 1 out pass will be detrimental to their endeavors. So Chiefs now have a scrum. Referee will tell them to rebind again. He's not happy with the way things are looking. So the Chiefs from Makati will be looking to make an inroad into the Albay Bulkans half, as the big number 8 picks and goes. Good strong run from him. He's running a bit sideways, but nice strong run, needs support, but great tackle by the Bulkans, knocking the ball backwards, says the referee, and play on. There goes the number 9 for the Chiefs, Fala, as he goes over for a try. He was unable to put down before, but scores underneath the posts. Great 5 points for the Chiefs.
And just like that, 19-17, they regain a 2-point lead here, and they're looking to extend that to 4 through this conversion.
Yeah, the Chiefs just making a great break up the middle through their number 8. It was a bit unexpected, and the Bulkans had to cover across. Good covering tackle, but the ball went backwards and was picked up by the number 9 Fala, who goes over for the try. As I mentioned, he was unable to convert his try before, but here we go. Conversion is good.
So that's 21-17 now for the Makati Chiefs, who got their 4-point lead. A blistering run coming from number 9 Fowler out there, and he converts as well. So they're back in the driver's seat with about 12 minutes remaining in this game.
So 12 minutes to go. Bulkans are still in this game, only 4 points in it. That's less than a try. So they need 1 try to regain the lead, or they can build through a couple of penalties if they are willing to take them. We haven't seen anybody kick any penalties in either of these games so far, but it is very possible, as the restart comes from Belda. Nice high kick down the middle. No one gathers from the Chief. Ball goes loose. The Bulkans now will have to defend well, as the Chiefs are G'd up from this one, from their early score. Looking to carry are the Chiefs forwards in a pod of 3. Good tackle there by the Bulkans. Might have been a bit high, but the referee says play on. And Chiefs building well within their own half. Nice strong run here, but good tackle by the Bulkans. Bulkans defense has been strong all day. And forwards out again in a pod of 3. Good carry there by the Chiefs props. And calling for it again are the forwards. Ready to take on the might of the Bulkans defense. Out the back to the number 10. Ball comes out for the Chiefs. The try scorer, Fala, hands off one and goes and takes another 2 Bulkans with him. Looking to rip the ball is the number 4. Referee says play on. No advantage. Penalty. Time off, says the referee. And he will be making a decision here. Time off for a substitution, it looks like. As Fala, the try scorer, takes a few breaths. So I think there might be a head injury assessment here for the number 6. The referee just checks to make sure. That's another interesting thing about rugby, is that with recent news about concussion and the risk of concussion in rugby, as well as other sports like American football, there are now laws that have been introduced to maintain player safety, which is known as head injury assessment. And so the referee was happy with the condition of the player there, so he didn't have to go for a head injury assessment.
Yep.
As we play on here. Strong run by the Bulkans down the right-hand side. Unfortunately, ball does not go to hand and it goes into touch.
A miscommunication there between number 24 and his teammate. He was supposed to get to that offload, but wasn't able to get there.
Yeah, just as you mentioned, the ball not able to go to hand, not looking where he was passing. So Chiefs have a line out here, just outside the Bulkans 10-meter line. The captain, Rick Belden, at the front there of the Bulkans line out, giving instruction to his forwards. This will be a 4-man line out. No, 5-man line out now for the Chiefs. Throw is not straight, but the referee says play on as the Bulkans have the ball. Ball is flung out now to the number 12, sorry, I beg your pardon. As ball comes out to the left-hand side. Bulkans building well here, making forays into the Chiefs' half. Out it goes again. Quick ball by the number 19. Bulkans unfortunately can't hold on to that one and knock it forward. As the players stop for a scrum now. Scrum down to the Chiefs within the Bulkans' half. Just going back to the head injury assessment, or HIA as it's known. With its introduction in recent years, we have seen a number of reductions in concussions, and also to do with the law with tackling as well. The change in law as to the classification of a high tackle means that tackles are now safer in rugby, and the game all round is safer as well. But still, we see a high level of action as well, and it's still a very physical game, as we've seen between these two sides. Chiefs in the lead with a narrow lead of 4 points, 21-17. Not much time remaining for the Bulkans, but they still are in this game. Scrum down, big shove by the Chiefs. Going out to the blind side, goes the number 3. Manages to offload well. And the Chiefs now, the number 9, Fala, the try scorer, looking for his second try, I beg your pardon. As Chiefs number 3 picks and goes himself. He's hammered at the breakdown there, but the Chiefs still retain ball. They will look for slow ball here, pick and go by the forwards. Bit of a higher tackle there. The referee is playing advantage. And there we go, no advantage for the high tackle. Our referee has called it offsides. As the Chiefs will look to put another score on here. If they manage to score, it could be the end of the game for the Bulkans. Strong run by the forwards. And Chiefs looking good here. They're over the line. The referee called the try in the corner. Another 5 points to the Chiefs. Great work by the forwards there.
The Chiefs extending their lead to 9 now. And with about 6 or roughly about 7 or 6 minutes remaining in this game, that could have been enough to give them their first win here in this tournament.
Yep, so the Balkans need 3 scores in order to come back. They'll need at least a try, if not 2, to get back into this game. So more than likely they'll need a converted try, and either a try or a penalty or drop goal in order to win this game, to get those 10 points that they need. Let's see, depends on the conversion from here. And we've got a player down in back play. Looks like the captain, Rick Bellin, is down as well. And obviously with this being the first game of the season, players are a little out of condition, so we've got to see some fatigue here with some cramp in the calf muscles of the Balkans players. It's another element to contend with here with the humidity, is dehydration.
Yeah. We can see here Albay Bulkans really wants to get back into this game. However, this injuries are playing their part. As the saying goes, you know, you can only go as far as your body can go. But if they still have the heart to make it.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jay, but great conversion there in the wind by the Chiefs fly half with the drop goal technique from way out wide. Managed to get the extra 2 points. So 11-point lead now for the Chiefs, as they are now bringing the game well out of contention. It's going to take 4 scores for the Balkans to get back into this one.
The Balkans are going to need a couple of tries and at least a conversion for them to be able to win this game now.
Yeah, so minimum 3 scores, just a correction there. So at least 2 tries and a conversion to get up to that 12 points that they need. And it's going to be a tough hill to climb. It's not impossible, but a tough hill to climb from this point in the game. As we see, the wind is blowing from right to left on your screens. That is another element. So the Balkans, the hard men of Albay, will be looking to regather this kick and hopefully bring it back for them, as the skies open here at Club United in Paranaque. So with the restart will be Belda kicking into the wind. Ball goes high and carries the 10. That's actually a very good kick down the center. Knock on by the Chiefs. The Balkans regather the ball but can't keep hold of it. Referee will come back for the scrum. Again, slowing down the clock here. The Balkans ideally would have loved to regather that and go, but we'll have to scrum down. So Chiefs just organizing their forwards here, as they will look to disrupt the Balkan scrum. Balkans lining up to the left-hand side with the number 4 Manata now moved to fly half. Great scrum by the Chiefs, but the referee might reset this one. I think the push might have been early.
You can see that the fatigue is already kicking in to the Albay Bulkans, as you cannot feel at least a pressure there from the scrum, as it has been easily pushed by Makati Chiefs.
And we've got a player down here. Often what happens in the scrum is you might see a one team roll over the other, and there might be an injury here to the Balkans player. As we see the medic on the field. Hopefully he's okay. Just coming to check him over. We've got some movement, so he seems to be all right. Being helped up there. So Balkans will keep their players on the field, and unfortunately looks like he'll be taken off. Here, the big man. And the Chiefs will scrum down in the center of the pitch, about 10 meters out from the halfway line. So put in to the Chiefs, 10 meters out from the halfway. So I put into the Bulkans, I beg your pardon. Belda at the back. Here we go. Bulkans number 8 passes out. Unfortunately, ball doesn't go to hand. Knock on by the Bulkans, and it'll be a scrum down to the Chiefs. The rain coming into contention here.
Referee's already looking into his watch. A couple more minutes, I think, before he ends this match. Although we can see that Albay Bulkans being down with 11 points here, still a valiant effort coming from them. They led the first 5 minutes. Makati Chiefs climbed their way back into the game, and they were able to lead as well. But the relentlessness of the Makati Chiefs just played its part, and they're on course getting their win.
And collapse of the scrum there, they look pretty bad. The turf unfortunately being torn up there, and we've got another player down. Unfortunately, the scrum does collapse every now and then. The turf getting a bit slippery there, so the referee just moving them away from that mark, moving them more to the inside of the park. So good management, good game management there by the referee. As we mentioned before, player safety is of the utmost importance in rugby. It may seem like a tough and violent game, but believe it or not, everything is designed around player safety. So here we go again. Big shove coming from the Bulkans, but the Chiefs maintain the pressure. Looks like there might have been a knock-on, but the referee says play on as the Chiefs maintain the ball. Mauling it forward are the Chiefs forwards. Good tackle eventually by the Bulkans. Bulkan player rolls away, and good counter-ruck by the Bulkans, but the Chiefs still have it. Second guess there by the number 16, but he plows forward into this determined Bulkans defense. Chiefs now at the back of the ruck, just biding their time, knowing that they've got that 11-point lead, knowing that they don't have to do anything dramatic, but this is a good strong run by the number 26, De La Cruz. And ball comes out to the left-hand side, but no advantage there. Forward pass, says the referee, so it'll be a scrum down to the Bulkans with just 10 meters out from the halfway. As we have another player down, obviously with this being the end of the game, got a few more injuries coming in, players getting tired, but referee will stop time now as the players get to take a bit of a breather.
And I think it's just, I mean, not a great thing to say, but it's good that you get this fatigue or injuries in the first half of the season rather than getting them later in the season. You know, like what you've mentioned, all these players coming in as their first game of the season, so the fitness level might not be there yet, but as they go along the season, they can get their fitness level up, and they should be able to make it all the way through the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And preseason here in the Philippines starts in January normally, which means that you only have really a month after the holiday season to really get yourself into shape. Most of these teams are from all over Luzon, so their players often have a long way to travel for training. It's all about passion though for these guys, as they love playing rugby. So a lot of the guys will travel 2 to 3 hours just to go to training, and then they have to contend with conditioning, so contending with the physical aspect of rugby as well as the fitness. So like you said, yeah, perhaps it's better to get your injuries at the start of the season. A lot of these squads are big as well. I know for a fact that the Chiefs have quite a big squad, as do the Bulkans. They've been really building rugby up in Albay, and they really have depth in their squad, so I don't think they'll be too concerned about injuries right now. But as we said, we don't want any key players injured.
Yep.
So we've been lucky enough though today we haven't seen too many injuries, as the packs of both forwards push against each other now, as the Chiefs have a great scrum, but Bulkans maintain the ball. Bringing the ball out to the left-hand side is the try scorer, the number 4, Manata. Manages to offload. Ball goes loose, but it's regathered by the Bulkans. Here goes Belda with an interesting inside-out pass to the number 24. And he's dragged out into touch by the number 9, the try scorer, Fowler, for the Chiefs. And that's the full-time whistle. There we go. The players shake hands. What a game. The final score being
Makati Chiefs winning 28 over Albay Bulkans 17. It was a great first day of the 2020 JML Luzon Cup here at the Club United. As you can see as well, both teams just shaking it off. We were able to see some action, some physicality as well there. It's really expected here in rugby, but at the end of the day, these players are friends of the pitch as well. So they're just gonna shake each other's hands, and it's really great to see that we were able to get some action. And we'll bring you over to Chris to probably help us wrap things up as we go later into the interviews.
Thanks, Jay. As said before, what a day for rugby. The first opening fixtures of the JML Luzon Cup with a win for the Chiefs over the Balkans, and earlier we had a win from the Mavericks over the Eagles RFC, who were normally the dominant force in the Philippines. And what a great set of games that we've had here at Club United in Parañaque. So if you are interested in rugby, have a look at the One Play Sports website. You'll see links there to the stream later on and to highlights of these games. And you can do some research about the clubs as well here in the Philippines through the PRFU, who have always been here to support rugby. And we will be coming up with some interviews soon. Players here from all walks of life as well. So we've got some interesting characters amongst the rugby community here in Manila and in the Philippines. It's been a great turnout here as well. The weather has been a bit here and there, but we've managed to see some great action here. So we will have some interviews with you shortly, and coming up, we have some new fixtures coming up next week over at the Vermosa Sports Hub on the 15th of February down in Cavite. We have the start of the Open Division with the Eagles RFC, the current champions, taking on the finalists from last year, the SKF Mavericks, as well as the Clark Subic Jets versus the Manila Calabaos in the Luzon Cup as well. And the Albay Bulkans will take on the Makati Chiefs as well. So we'll go over to Jay for an interview with the Makati Chiefs.
Hi guys, this is Jamer here. We are with Raymark Bustillo of Makati Chiefs. Great game for you, sir. I think you've scored 2 tries. Your thoughts on the match?
The match is so hard. Like what like Albay what did. There's a hard team. Like there's a good defense, and then they have a good attack line, and then but we need to pay them back. Like when they're crack our team, and then we get it smashed back, something like that, and then so hard, and then.
Yeah, it was a little back and forth game that you have there. We saw them score first after 5 minutes, but you crawled your way back and won 11 points over Albay Bulkans. What are we going to expect from Makati Chiefs in the long run of the season?
Yeah, maybe this is our first game, right? And then maybe like what we did the first half, we did gently, like we're stable, like we're timbang, and then but in the second half we pay back, like we scored tries, like we got scores against them, and then maybe on the long-term season, maybe we will get better, and then better and better. Maybe we need more training sessions for that. Get that.
Great work, Mark. And lastly, who do you want to thank for this win?
Thank you for the Albay Bulkans, and then thanks to my teammates, and then to our coach, then for the whole sponsor of our club, Makati Chiefs, and then hi sa mga friends ko and then sa tatay ko.
There you have it, Raymark of Makati Chiefs. Thank you so much. And now we'll head over to the team captain of the Albay Bulkans. So once again, we have the team captain, sir. Your name again, sir?
Rick.
Rick, tough game. You scored first. You scored 5 in the first 5 minutes, but lost 11. Talk us through your thoughts on the match.
All right. First and foremost, thank you so much for this interview, though, and thank you so much for the pair of you for hosting the event. Well, all throughout the day, we're trying to climb our way back. The first 15 minutes will be a quality match. We've been trying to rally in the first 5 minutes and trying to dictate the tempo, but later on, as you can see, Makati Chiefs is a good team to beat. So, great job to them.
Would you think the preparations that you had during the preseason affect your fitness level into this first game against Makati Chiefs?
Oh yes, definitely 100%. Maybe we're the farthest team playing here in Luzon. We traveled overnight. We left Legazpi at 4 p.m. We arrived here at 6 a.m. and we play an hour of rugby, which kind of like dictate what's gonna be happening this afternoon. But we're looking forward to challenges, and we really love to do it again. We really love to come back and play well coming to our next game.
That's really great to hear. And lastly, like what you've mentioned, you've traveled 4 p.m. I think yesterday you arrived here 6 a.m. That's almost 8 hours of travel. What keeps you from in doing this stuff? What keeps you from moving forward as well and doing this stuff for the kids as well as for your rugby program?
All right. First and foremost, shout out to Albay Rugby community. This is actually for them. So we look forward for them to do our part as well. But our motivation is just the passion and the love for the sport itself. It can go everywhere, but yeah, the thing is like we love the sport, we love doing it, and we love the challenges up ahead.
That's really great to hear, and we hope to see you in the upcoming games. Thank you so We saw Santos Knight Frank Mavericks winning the first game, and in the second game, Makati Chiefs winning over the Albay Bulkans with at least an 11-point margin. Once again, this is JML de la Cruz signing off, and we see you guys next week.